Opposition seems to have focused in on Pete Hegseth, largely because every week there seems to be another new Pete Hegseth scandal, and they seem to be worried that there's more coming out. It looked like he was in a lot of trouble up until a couple of days ago when Joni Ernst kind of surprisingly said, well, I'm pretty open to him, clearly in response to a lot of pressure from the movement. If he's confirmed, it's hard to see. It's hard for me to imagine who won't be, because given just the number and quantity and just the fact that the Defense Department employs over 2 million people.
Wow.
Pete Hegseth's last managerial experience ended when he was forced out for mismanagement and being drunk in office party. This is a problem. So if the Republicans are willing to bite the bullet and confirm him, it's hard for me to see who they wouldn't confirm.
The book is picking presidents. It was important in October and into November, and maybe just as important now. I guess we have picked a president. Like all presidents, he will become overcome by events. Is Syria big enough where it's just first overcome by events?
So Syria's huge, and he's going to get, however isolationist you want to be, he's going to get deeply acquainted with events in Syria. And as Tom Friedman said today, countries in the Middle East tend to either implode or explode, and Syria seems like it's in an explode phase, which will certainly ripple through. But I wonder how much his own tendencies towards disengagement will push in. He'll sort of say, look, if there are more refugee flows, that's not our problem. We're sort of stable. I would be more suspect that the thing that will draw him in is Ukraine. Ukraine is too big to be ignored, and it will just pull him in over and over and over again, because pressure to make a settlement, that's just not going to come easily. The two sides are so far apart on what they would demand that, absent Trump essentially forcing the Ukrainians to surrender, which I cannot actually imagine him doing just because of the political blowback that he would feel, I'm not sure how he avoids getting tangled up in that.
It's been a long time. I can't remember when we had a president come in for a second term, not, sequential.
Grover Cleveland only happened once.
Thank you very much. Is this a lame duck presidency?
Yeah. So the analytics that's really interesting is we're seeing a contest of two forces here, for the sort of control of the Republican Party. So one, the reason that Matt Gaetz went down, the reason you saw initial opposition to Pete Hegseth, and I think the reason you're going to see a lot of people who are looking at Kash Patel and going, come on, is going to be that for the first time since Trump took the Republican nomination in 2016, Republicans don't need him anymore, right? And need defined as we need to get reelected. So if he is not going to be on the ticket in 2028, absent sort of massive changes to the Constitution, and so they cannot say, well, I have to live with this or I have to support this because I need him. That story just went away. The flip side is his control over the base of the Republican Party has no precedent. He is more popular with Republicans than Eisenhower or Reagan. We have never seen anything like this. And the blowback of Republicans who stand against him is very real.